Hello, 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 Aquarius. Welcome, welcome. My name is Patty. I'm here to do your intuitive tarot from May, what are we on, the 17th to the 23rd. I'm also going to mix some astrology and numerology in there, as well as this is all divine, guys. This is not me. I'm just the conduit. So this is for your goals. This is for any challenge you have, anything in your life that you're struggling with. Any questions that you've been asking the divine or praying about or meditating about, because the first oracle I'm going to bring out is the divine's card. So it may be the answer to what you've been asking the divine for. And this is a divine guided, divine driven reading. So what that means is, being an empath, I'm highly intuitive. I have a really good relationship. Wow, some spirits coming around because I just got lightheaded. But I also have a very good relationship with divine. So this is why I think it's most important for you to guide your life through that manner rather than earthly or, see, that was first, second, through that manner, because humans, we end up having a roller coaster of a life because we do things out of our feelings, and that's not the way things should be actually operated. It's by need and not by what we want and what is best for us. So let's get going, guys. Let's see what message, what everything divine has to say for you today. I definitely see this. Now, if you haven't seen the new moon reading, definitely go back to that. The new moon is done. However, these energies are going to play, and I'll show you why here in an instant. So remember, our first oracle is divines. This is the message for you for whatever you've been asking, challenges, whatever you're trying to get through. This is divine's message to you. Second card is our current energies for this week, the 17th through the 23rd. And the third card, this is why it's important, is our astrology card. This is our future card, and that's going to be through June and July. Boy, I am really dizzy. Somebody is in here. Somebody is in the room. Some powerful energy, definitely powerful energy. Anyway, this is for the future. This is a future card, June, July is pretty much it. And of course, May. So pay attention to the different energies, because this is going to be really important as the divine is trying to share a message or send a message to you. Okay. So first, of course, first card to divines is the number 1 in numerology, and it is the bone collector. Okay. So the bone collector is about collecting and hoarding all this stuff you no longer need anymore and not releasing it. So it's sort of past energy, but number 1 is about newness, about beginning, about a fresh beginning. We're in May. It's still considered spring cleaning. Get the idea? However, this cleaning is not so much, it could be your physical home or whatever. Maybe it's time to go through and get rid of things that you no longer need, remind you of exes that no longer are there, whatever it is. But it is also a mental time cleaning. This is a time to cleanse yourself. This is also a time of abundance with the new moon. We're in the waxing gibbous of the moon. So this is a time of abundance. The only way that we're going to get that abundance, the newness in the number 1, is by releasing whatever it is that you need to let go. Now, that could be something physical, emotional, could be verbal, but you got to be kind and love and trust and love and truth with that, because a lot of people say things they shouldn't. They bring them to life and messes things up. So what is it that you need to either let go, put it in the past, do some home cleaning, some house cleaning, some mind cleaning, and this means a transformation of thinking as well. All right, so let's see what else he's got going. Again, this is the current energies for the week. This is about your future. This is about your goals. This is about your purpose. This is about your calling. This is about your desires of your heart, your soul, definitely your soul, because this is the number 3 and it is the field of dreams. The number 3 is about acknowledging. Now, these two cards together are definitely in play. These are 2 cards, or this week's cards, but also too, you have to acknowledge. Not be in denial, guys. A lot of people are in denial. Well, I need that because, whatever. Excuses. Don't be in denial. You don't need stuff that you don't longer have to hold on to, because it's holding that newness back. It's holding that new person in your life back. It's holding that new job back. It's holding that new career back. It's holding that new college back, wherever you're supposed to be going. So really pay attention to that energy, because the divine is amazing with the universe. Because look at this, the number 8 coming together. The coming together is, if you let go, if you pay attention to the future of what you're hearing, what your intuition is telling you, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, that brings you up, it will all come together. Remember, this is May, June, and July energies. There is something in the works. Even the astrologers, when I was listening to them before May, I was like, something is coming up in 2 to 3 months. I don't know what it is, but there's some big transition happening. Now, whether that's in my life, my daughter's life, my home life, in the universe, or in the world, or in the United States, I don't know. Divine doesn't tell me until we're almost close. Just like with COVID. I was like, even in November, late October, I told my daughter, something big is coming up. And I sure don't know what it is, but this is a biggie. And so then when November or December, they started talking about COVID, the first word I heard, the word COVID, I saw a whole movie on how it was coming to the United States and what it was going to do. Big time. So, I mean, I don't know why the divine works that way, but he does. So something's coming together here, you know, May, June, July. So I don't know what that is for you. I don't know what it is for the universe, although definitely it is about moving forward. Our first card was the Chariot. Look at that, moving forward. Does it say it's moving forward fast or slow? No, it's just moving, which is good, because life always is changing. It never stays the same. It's how you take care of it and move in life. Either you move forward or you stay stuck with your stuff. So I was just sharing that this morning. I'm in the divine has given me a new book. I don't know if it's going to be a booklet or a book, but last night in my meditation and this morning in my meditation, he's like, I want you to write this. And I'm like, are you serious? I hate writing. Can it be an audiobook? No. Can it be? So it is going to be a video, but it has to be a written book, because some people need to read it. And so I started this book again, along with my other book. It's like, can I finish one book before I start another one? No, I need you to do this one. And it's not going to be really big. So I'll share that with you here as we go. All right. Okay, so King of Wands. Yeah, definitely. Somebody is definitely has a decision to make, and they're holding on to the past. Wow, this is holding on to the past. They've been talking. Somebody's been talking, and you're like, I need to get your advice. I need to get your advice. And you're talking to somebody, but you're not paying attention to the advice because you don't like it. Too bad. Maybe you need to ask 2 or 3 people, and if it is the same thing of each person, then you need to listen to it, maybe. Because we have the 4 of Cups in the center, and then we have the 2 of Swords. So the thing is about, we ask, I usually say go to divine first. Go to divine first, ask divine, and then wait for your answer, because he will give you an answer. Sometimes humans get impatient and don't like it, and so they just jump, and then they regret it, because it's probably not the way that the divine would have sent you in the first place. But the thing, because you didn't listen to your intuition. However, this is a person that is way too much in their head and not letting things go the way that divine wants them to go. But this is also a person who will ask several people, and no matter what they tell them, they'll do the opposite or do whatever they want. So why do you ask other people? I don't get that. I know somebody like that. I know a couple people like that. Well, and then they'll come back and they'll say, well, so-and-so told me. Well, so did 3 or 4 or 5 people, but you didn't listen. All right. So there's somebody that has a decision to make, but you're in your head. So get out of your head, and you're going to realize that the decision that you make is going to be the right one, because this is for your dreams and you're coming together, your future, and you're coming together. Yeah, there is a judgment. There is something that you're going to have to make a decision about, and you're fighting your own darn self. you're fighting your own darn self. So you're actually in your own war. You know why? How about, here's something. How about release this stuff and see if it makes it an easier decision? Because what's happening is somebody is really, really living in the past, and you are beginning to compare things in the future, or someone in the future, this future person, you're going to start comparing them with the past or whatever happened in the past. You cannot do that. Hey, Krista, welcome, welcome. Oh, good. Well, welcome. You can't do that because it's not fair to the new person. Because that past person, if that past person hurt you, you basically made the judgment call and put them in that spot. However, now you're putting a judgment on a new person who is in a whole different journey, a whole different life. Even if these two are the same kind of person, that new person may not make the decision based like the old person did. So you're comparing and you're ruining it for yourself. You're ruining it for yourself. So you have to really, really stop and realize that you cannot compare that past person. Now, this could be a lover, this could be a friend, this could be maybe a relative or whatever. However, you cannot compare them. You have to listen. You're in your head big time. Somebody, this energy is really in their head big time. And you know what? You're missing out. You will miss out on this field of dreams. Acknowledge. Number 3, acknowledge. Number 1, a newness coming to you. This is the new moon. This is the waxing gibbous coming to you. Wants to give it to you. It really, really does. And even the planets in the universe are saying that. But you're going to miss the mark. You're going to miss it because you're too much in your head. You're too much in your head. All right, so let's see what else we got going on here. We do have the 8 of Pentacles, and that's about work. Now, this person could be a coworker. I don't know. I mean, we do compare even people at our work, you know, from job to job. I don't know about you, but once I go to a job, I've been a business owner too long. But the thing is, when I go from job to job, it's like, oh yeah, in my last job, which is the wrong thing to do because this is a new job. You cannot compare the past to the present. Let me tell you, it's night and day anyway, even if they are the same. I went from a manufacturing company as a buyer to another manufacturing company as a buyer, and one was really efficient and effective. And then I went to a company that was just totally a mess. And it was like, but in my last job, and I had to stop doing that because I just had to take the knowledge I had and the experience I had, zip it and say, okay, I'm going to implement this stuff because it's going to make it more effective. But I didn't have to open my mouth and say, well, in my last job or in my last boyfriend, in my last relationship, can't do it. Zip it. Zip it. Anything for Taurus? Oh, your birthday Sunday. Well, happy birthday, happy birthday. 19 years young. Yes, you are very young. You're a babe in the woods. You could be my daughter. Let me see what comes up, all right? Oh, and at the end, I'll pull a card for you, Krista, for your birthday, all right? Let me do that for you. All right, so let's see what else we've got going here. You got to be really careful, guys. This week, you could really be turning an opportunity upside down. You don't want to do that, and then you'll be the 4 of Cups regretting it. All right. So we have the Queen of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, and then we have the World. Beautiful, beautiful. See, this is a cycle that could end. The World is telling you this cycle needs to end, or you can keep it repeated. It's going to be by the decision that you make. You know, it's sort of like you put a goodwill box out, you know, if you know what the goodwill is. Oh, thank you. She's not happy to be me some days. Thank you. The thing is that with this cycle, we can either end it or we can actually continue with the same thing. In fact, the little booklet that I just started writing this morning, it shouldn't take me too long to write because the divine is giving me the information. It is about your foundation and how we repeat cycles. And this is about ending your what is it called? What did he have me call it? See, he puts things in and I can't remember them after. Maybe he doesn't want me to say it right now. Okay, I won't. So, but it's about that. I'll tell you when I can remember it, because he doesn't want me to remember it right now. So this is a cycle, though. This is either something that is going to complete, or that you're going to keep it going. This past stuff I'm comparing again, and this is about your improving yourself. This is the number 7 again. This is about improving yourself, your potential, your ambition, where you want to go. You are the Queen of Swords. Absolute truth, looking for truth, looking for that one thing that is an honest truth. This is also the 7 of Pentacles. Or is it? Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. This is about your hard work. This is about your ambition, your potential. You got it in you to let go of that crap so that you can have a new relationship, a new job, or whatever. And you can have everything that you want. If you break that cycle, I keep saying that somebody's in a cycle. I don't know what cycle that is. I really don't. But that you do, whoever this is, you definitely know this cycle. Now, it could be a cycle because we've got a couple swords here, that maybe somebody wasn't honest, or you weren't honest with somebody and you're trying to get on track. I used to be that way, guys. I used to be that way. I used to be a liar, manipulator to get anything and everything I want. I had one of those faces that, oh, you look so innocent, you could never do that. It was a bad choice, bad lifestyle that I had at that time. But now, walking in truth for so long, it is completely a different life. And it is amazing. So if this is what you're looking for, or if you're having trouble with that and you're trying to correct it, it's okay. We all make mistakes. We all have habits that we don't share. We all have secrets that we don't share. I don't know who this is for. However, whatever secret it is, you can change it. Whatever bad habit, you can change it. You just got to stop fighting yourself on it. Because again, we have judgment twice. You are your own worst judge. Whoever this is, you're your own worst judge, because the divine has field of dreams in the middle. He's trying to give you something, and you got to acknowledge it. Again, acknowledge. Don't be in denial. Don't be in denial, because denial is going to hold you back. So if you know in your heart, well, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that, but then you speak out, no, I didn't do that. Nope. That's denial. Okay. Same as when I worked in addiction. I don't have a drug addict. I'm not a drug addict. I don't have a drug addiction. When it's very known, you got holes all over your arms and stuff. Nope. You're in denial. So those kind of things, being in denial is the first step to acknowledge I'm no longer in denial. Whatever it is that you're doing to release that cycle, and it could be an ancestry cycle. Wouldn't that be so awesome if you could break a generational cycle? So great. I had been sexually abused as a kid. I think my mother was sexually abused, and maybe her grandmother was sexually abused. It's a generational, I don't say curse, I say it's a cycle that needs to end. What a beautiful thing if you or your generation broke that cycle. Beautiful. But I will tell you, you're your own worst judge. I hate to say that. All right, so let's see what energy. Okay, divine, who else do you got that you want to come through? What other message do you have that you want to come through, please? And at the very end, guys, I am going to do wealth, health, and love relationship. So I am going to help you with that. All right. Oh, well, I'm very sorry about that, Crystal. You know what? But she's still here. She's still breathing. What deck I had? First off, I have the Rider's deck, and then I have, if you look down below, it is the art. It's like a Renaissance, the golden one. I can't remember the name. This one here. Yeah, that one there. And then I have a new deck from Africa. I'll show you here in a few minutes. And I have a new, have in the background a new oracle. I got it and I immediately put it down, and I don't have good vibes with that. I will not use it. I might sell it because it brings not good energies to me, and I don't like it. I don't know if somebody handled it or if it's the content of it or whatever, but I was sort of sad because I like the Egyptian art, but it's about other gods and things, and I don't know, I just touched it and I felt it. I opened it up and I'm like, this is not good. So I'm not going to use that oracle deck. So I'm looking for a new oracle deck as well. You got to go by the energies. Definitely got to go by the energies. And I can ask Divine to clean them. I don't use sage or frankincense for that. I like frankincense, and I do like sage, but I don't do it to clean. I ask Divine to clean, because he's all powerful. So definitely. And this deck that I'm using right now, I love it. It's cute. I didn't know when I bought it it was in Ukraine, but they did put the English on one side too. But it's the Pirates of the Caribbean from Ukraine. I love this little deck. It's great. It's sort of like, I don't know, they just did their own spin off of it, and it's just, to me, it's cute, and I like it. It has good energies to it. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups. We have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Swords. We got a few offerings. We got a few things coming. Again, this is the abundance. This is the time that the waxing gibbous is trying to give you things, make you aware that this is a time that you can have whatever it is that you want. But we have the Five of Pentacles in here. So somebody's... I'm getting a real mixed energy. Divine, can I get clarification on this? Because I feel like this has got to be a different energy. Somebody's feeling left out. Did somebody... this is going to sound really bizarre. I don't even know if it affects anybody or resonates with anybody. But did somebody have somebody pass or close by that the material things were sort of divvied up, but they didn't get anything? So they feel really left out, like they weren't valued to care for this person enough to give them something to remember them by. And what I mean by that happened to me a couple of times. My leather mentors passed away, and each time I asked the family, could I please even buy something of my mentor, of his leather work, so I could have that energy, that peace, that something of what their work, and could I please buy something? And neither one. These are two different mentors, and they both passed away, and I asked the wife of the other one the same thing, and neither one would even offer me anything. So that's sort of like I wasn't valued as a student, I felt, from their families. However, I knew that one of my mentors was going to pass. So I asked him ahead of time without him knowing, can you make me one of your key fobs? Makes beautiful key fobs. I wish I had it. And he laces around the edges and stuff, because I had a feeling that he was going to pass and I wasn't going to get something from him, but I needed that energy from him so that I could continue. And sometimes I can actually feel him working with me in my leather shop, or I'll say, dang it, Gary, I need to know how to do something with this, and I'll get a download. So things do have a value with energy, but somebody feels left out here. So I don't know, if that is somebody here, or somebody is not present. Maybe they're sick, or maybe they are away, and they need something, that physical something to hold on to. Yesterday was my baby brother's birthday, who was murdered. And I couldn't understand why I was sort of sad for a couple of days. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And then when that day hit, I was like, okay, wow. But I gathered and I grabbed one of his pictures, and I could feel that energy. And then I felt him around all day yesterday while I was doing readings. So the energies are really, really important. So don't feel that you're not valued. It's just that that human part of us can be so greedy, can be so whatever. But what you do have, thank you, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What you do have, whoever this person resonates with, is you have the memories of that person, and those you cannot take away. Those will live for a lifetime. Those are what matter. Thank you. I got goosebumps. Divine is saying memories. Focus in on the memories, not the material things. Don't know who that's for. I don't know who that's for. But don't focus in on don't focus in on the material stuff. Don't, because you know what, that stuff will go away. Focus in on their memories of them, and that will actually draw them closer. If they're passed on, it will draw their spirit closer. You may get goosebumps, or the hair on the back of your neck raise up, or whatever, you know, but that's them being around. So just know that. Or you might even smell their perfume or their cologne, or, you know, you just might feel like somebody's behind you. These are energies that you can feel actually for yourself. All right. And then we have the Five of Cups. Okay. So that energy there is, I had two different energies here. So, all right. Yeah, some oracle decks or some cards, because you don't know who's handling, you don't know where they're coming from, anything like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's see what we got going here for your wealth. I'm going to do wealth first now. For those of you that are brand new that haven't seen me do this kind of a reading before, I am going to do wealth first, then it will be your health, and then it will be love and relationships. Now with wealth, please understand that wealth isn't always money. Again, wealth could be, like I just mentioned, memories, because sometimes that brings joy. Anything that brings you joy and satisfaction is what is meant to be your wealth. My wealth was growing up my daughter and seeing her happy. That is just seeing her succeed is now my next thing in maybe finding her career, her passion. That is my joy. My joy might be traveling. My joy, it doesn't have to be money. My joy might be just having a pet that loves me unconditionally and keeping a pet throughout my whole life. Some people can't live without pets. This has been actually the first time that we've just had a rabbit. I've always had a dog or a horse, and it's been hard. You know, yesterday I was praying, and maybe I'll go volunteer at my girlfriend's summer camp, just so I can have the energy of the horses or the animals around. All right. So, you know, again, wealth. Oh my, are you serious? This is weird, guys. This is weird. I'm sorry. I mean, I do tarot a long time, but this is weird. Okay, this whole week, I have done Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and now Aquarius, okay? This whole week, you're seeing me shuffle, right? You're seeing me go through this over and over and over and over again. I can't make this up, and I'm not a magician. This whole week for wealth has been the exact same card. Exact same health. This is mind-blowing. Now, if the love comes up, what is going on? What is going on? Holy Toledo. I'm not joking, guys. These are the exact. Go back and look at those, and go to the end and look at, you're going to see the exacts. Whew. Oh my goodness. Okay. So wealth, guys. This is the exact same as the other three. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Your wealth is, and this is the divine working here, and I'll tell you why. Because as he says, our wealth is not to end with us. It is to be given through us. So anything that we do or give, whether it be time, money, anything that we do, a project, paying it forward, it is to be given forward. It is not to end with us. It is to go through us. So whatever your wealth is, and do you even know what your wealth is? At the age of 20, 30, 40, 50, your wealth is going to be different at every degree. You might have one commonality is wealth is just to keep my health through my 20s, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80s, 90s, whatever, to keep my health. That might be one wealth. However, you might have a couple. But the idea is to share this. Now, it could be knowledge, having the wealth of knowledge and wisdom, sharing that. What is it for you? So tell me what yours is, and or figure it out, or put it in the comments and figure it out, and make sure that you share it forward a little bit. And it's even like, it doesn't even have to be a lot. Like, I still tithe. I don't go to an organizational church anymore, although I still read the Bible. I still look at other religions and belief systems, but I also know for myself what tithing does for me. Now, I tithe to a lot of different things, but I also know that it helps other people, that it is something that is happening through me. Maybe this tarot is my wealth, where I can take the wisdom the divine gives me and passes through it to help somebody else in whatever it is that they're needing to go through. Okay, so it could be even that. Teachers, they're giving of themselves to their students all the time. Big wealth. Teachers have big wealth in giving to their students. Now, it's very interesting because the health card, exact same. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay, and the Queen of Cups, as we know, is about our intuition. Now, I wanted to take the last one they had me do is look at the face. Okay, so this is, I think, the Final Fantasy deck. Krista, if you have a question, there's a limited edition. They don't make them anymore, so I try not to use this deck a lot. But this is what my daughter gave me, some game or something. But her face is like, not certain, not sure, not, sort of questioning. So again, like with the Capricorns, this is something maybe going on in your body that you're ignoring. So there is something happening, especially ladies. Our hormones do so much. And I'll tell you, from a nutrition and fitness end, your diet is humongous to your whole life. It is what you put in your mouth, and sometimes doesn't come out like you need it to. It stores in our bodies and creates issues and problems. There's a bunch of nutrition videos that you can go watch. However, this case for you guys, Aquarius, somebody's not paying attention, and you're not realizing how important your nutrition is to what you're putting in, especially for your hormones. I'm in my hormones are changing. Whereas if you're in your 20s, your hormones are coming up. You do not want to mess up your body to actually create more sickness than what you really want. And you can do that with certain things you eat. And I'll tell you what, I love bacon, but bacon's got nitrates, and it's got also kinds of things that can also cause cancer, cause to form a cancer. I love bacon, but I minimize it. I'll eat a little bit here and there, but I am not going to go and eat it every day or something. So you really have to know about your nutrition. And I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian. I know a lot about it. However, more of a high plant life is much more minimize those meats. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go into a nutrition coaching thing. However, this is really important because somebody's not paying attention to it. And this is your intuition. When you go to put something in your mouth, should I do this? And you're like, yeah, but I want it. That sugar is a huge no-no. Complex carbohydrates, squish them. All right, so let's get to Ace of Swords for your love life and your love relationships. You know what? I wish they would have done a font, because I can't even read the character's name because it's so fancy. Felix, Hugo, somebody. But this is the Ace of Swords. So in your love relationships, or in a relationship, because not everybody's in a love relationship, is that you've got to really look at the absolute truth. So truth is not the same as absolute truth, guys. But we're looking at, and the ace or the swords are all about the truth. So if you feel like somebody's really sort of not being honest, the divine, if you trust and have faith in him, he will show you the truth. I had a beautiful, beautiful email from one of my viewers that I've been working with on Skype. And she sent me this letter. And it's been about 6 months now that I've been working with her. And it's beautiful because she began to see how divine works in truth and absolute truth. And she says, it's amazing because he will show me the truth. And it is so true. So if you walk in truth, you have to be true before he will show you truth. So if you walk in everything, and it's so hard because sometimes you just want to say, and then you're like, oh, I should have retracted that because it's not true. You just catch yourself, okay? And then you move forward. This might be a new way of doing things. And it's amazing because remember, I used to be a liar and a manipulator and get what I want. I could sell you an iceberg in the Antarctica. I could sell you. It was so easy for me because I knew I was so savvy at how to do it. It was horrible because it got me going into this spiral down into the toilet kind of thing. And let me tell you, that's what this book is about. This new book is about. It's hitting your, what is it called? Rock bottom is what it is. And I will tell you and share you my rock bottom that took my life back up in a higher spiral, higher self, and my divine opened my abilities up and exploded. So I will share that with you, but it's how to get through your rock bottom, how to make sure that rock bottom, when it happens again, is not even a rock bottom anymore. Okay. It's just like a bump. And so that's what this booklet or book is going to be about. All right. So make sure that you're looking for the truth and do not be afraid to ask for the truth. Say, you know what? I tell people all the time, you know what? Just tell me the truth. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. Well, some people say that, but they really don't mean it. No, I mean it. How can I learn if I don't know the truth? Good, bad, and ugly. So maybe they say, well, you're really, really stubborn. Okay. And somebody else says that you're really stubborn. Okay. I'm going to pay attention to that because I know I am stubborn. I'm not in denial about it. I'm walking in truth. I am stubborn and I'm working on it because we all are a work in progress. All right. So when it comes to love and your relationships, ask for the truth, be the truth, be the example that you want them to be. Love. End of story. That's all it is. It's all about love. How you want to be loved, how they want to be loved. That's all that any human on this earth wants, is to be accepted with love and to give love. But where it breaks down is communication. Where it breaks down is our foundations, because we have different foundations. And it's very easy to actually correct. You can watch effective communication video. These things are all free for you guys. And the divine has me doing it. And if I ask money for those videos and stuff, then I'm not doing my job for the divine. I'm doing it for human. So it's all free for you guys. So let me go ahead and Krista, we give you a birthday card here real quick for those, if you have a question real quick that you want to ask, and be glad to do that. Let me see here. I've got this thing up and I can't hardly see. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad his birthday was yesterday. My brother would have been 56. He was murdered in 1994. Yeah, 1994. And then I had my daughter in 1995. This is how divine works. Because when you have a loss in a family, somebody is going to have another pregnancy and have a child that next year. Pay attention to that. Because when something ends, there is a new beginning. You end your junk, guys, and you will have a new beginning. But that's the way it is. And what happened was we had a double birth. I wasn't even married at the time. I wasn't planning. I was planning on leaving the person I was with. And I was bodybuilding. And lo and behold, I got taken advantage of. And boom, I ended up being pregnant. I couldn't even go to my next competition. I was so mad, so hurt. And I had to make a choice if I was going to have her or not. I'm being transparent. I'm being transparent. I you know, it took me up to almost the last minute to say if I was going to keep her or not. And I had a spiritual friend who is a medium come through and share with me that some stuff that was like, wow. And I had her. Best thing I did in my life is to have her. All right. So I'm going to pull a card for you, Krista, a birthday card. Woohoo! Queen of Pentacles. Woo! This is a beautiful card. This is a beautiful card of having abundance, an abundance in where you will allow yourself to have abundance. So this is something that is, again, the waxing gibbous. This is something that is going to come to you. This is going to be something. So pay attention this week about something that is coming to you that is going to be a blessing. Now, this may be a money blessing, but it also may be because this is a very much a mother figure. This may be a message. This may be something of a good thing. Just don't keep your eyes on money kind of a thing, because again, it might not be materialism. It might be more spiritualism, something for your soul. All right. So that happy birthday with that. All right. So if there isn't any other questions, I hope you guys have a good week. We're not going into, we've got major energies coming out of here for the astrology. We've got Mercury coming into retrograde. We've got an eclipse and a full moon coming. Saturn and Mars are just playing havoc. Go watch the new moon video, because that's going to play all the way through. And I hope this actually helps you. So don't forget to go to Get Balanced 2020 if you're struggling in any area of your life. That is about putting your spirit, mind, and body together. There's lots of videos there. I think there's like 78 total or something, to transform your mind, spirit, and body. But also, too, the Divine Warrior Intuitive has more of the spiritual videos, and hope you enjoy watching those and growing yourself to a higher level. And again, don't be hesitant to email or comment. I read all of them. And if you have any questions, I don't charge for questions. Why would I charge for questions? I would not do that. The only time I do charge is if we get really in depth with maybe a problem or something like that for coaching. So I don't do that. So I hope you guys have a good week. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful time. All right. I'm trying to think of something. There was something that he wanted me to say, and I can't think of it. Anyway, I'll see you next week on the 18th. Take care. Walk in absolute truth and love.